Hello, my name is Alessandra Albano-Sellati, and I'll be talking about my favorite part of the brain, the amygdala. I chose to do my presentation on the amygdala because it plays such a vital role in human behavior. First, I'll reiterate the basics we learned in class, such as what it is and where it's located. Then, I'll delve deeper into its function and why its existence is so crucial. First of all, what is it? The amygdala is an almond-shaped section of neurons located within the frontal portion of the temporal lobe within the brain. Amygdala is also the Greek word for almond. Each person has two amygdalae, one on each side, near the hippocampus. The right amygdala is involved primarily with negative emotions, while the left is involved with both negative and positive emotions. It's typically considered part of the limbic system, although now this is up for debate because studies are showing that the amygdala may work separately. Function. The amygdala is responsible for the processing of emotions such as anger, fear, and arousal, as well as what memories are important enough to keep and where they're to be stored at. It is thought that this determination is based on how huge an emotional response an event evokes. Emotionally charged events are more easily remembered. The amygdala also enables the brain to transform short-term memories into long-term memories, a process called memory consolidation. People with damaged amygdalae may have difficulty with emotion-based learning and memory. Importance. The amygdala serves as the body's natural alarm circuit and controls much of our responses to stimuli and interaction with the world around us. Scientists have discovered that the amygdala has neurons within it that are linked to fear conditioning. Some studies have also shown that the amygdala plays a role in sexual orientation, alcoholism, and aggressive behavior. The amygdala plays a role in social skills because of its connections to learning, memory, and emotion. It has also been linked to neuropsychiatric disorders such as anxiety disorder and social phobias. The amygdala and fear. The amygdala is focused primarily on decoding potentially threatening stimuli. Fight or flight response activates the sympathetic nervous system, which in turn increases heart rate, metabolic rate, speeds up blood flow, and causes the pupils to dilate. All these things are important in determining whether a situation is harmful or not, and whether or not you need to escape. External stimuli reaches the amygdala in two different pathways. A short, imprecise route comes from the thalamus, which receives sensory stimuli and allows us to prepare for potential danger before knowing exactly what that danger is. A longer, more precise route comes from the medial prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain that is involved in the final phase of fear, in which the brain reacts to danger and chooses a course of action. Throughout all the information presented, I hope that you have a greater understanding of why the amygdala is just so important. To wrap things up, I'd like to talk about a rhesus monkey study. A late 1950s study by John Downer demonstrated the importance of the amygdala in aggressive behavior via the removal of amygdala in rhesus monkeys. Downer removed one amygdala in rhesus monkeys, at the same time transecting the optic chiasm and the commissures that link the two hemispheres. In doing so, he produced an animal with a single amygdala that had access to only visual inputs from the eye on the same side of the head. Downer found that the animal's behavior depended on which eye was used to view the world. When the eye on the side of the intact amygdala was covered, the monkeys behaved in some respects like the monkeys described by Culver and Brucey. For example, they were relatively placid in the presence of humans. If, however, they were allowed to see only with the eye on the side of the intact amygdala, they reverted to their normal and fearful and often aggressive behavior in front of humans. Thus, in the absence of the amygdala, a monkey does not interpret the significance of visual stimuli presented by an approaching human in the same way as a normal animal. What we can learn from this study is that the amygdala is crucial in how we interact with the world and how we deal with the stimuli presented to us.